Man, was I ready for this week to be over. It has been a long week for me personally, or at least the end of the week has been long. When I was working at a normal job, it didn't matter what was going on in my life. I could still show up to work and get the job done. I might not have been 100% productive, but I could at least get by. I mean, every day was the same. The work never changed. It became second nature to me. Even if I was distracted mentally, I could still perform the daily task. It's completely different when it comes to creating content. I gotta have stability. I gotta have normalcy so I'm able to think. If there are problems going on or there's something going on that is distracting me mentally, it is incredibly difficult for me to be able to think clearly. When I'm not thinking clearly, there's just no point in me uploading videos. Anytime I've done it in the past, I'm never satisfied with the content. Like the Kanye West video I did yesterday. I was not satisfied with that. I was distracted the entire time I was doing it. But everything's all good now, though. It's going to be a great weekend, and enough of the bullshit. Let's go ahead and get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, Behind the Line proudly presents to you another exciting edition of The Woke, Turning on the Woke. As much as I hate to admit it, I think we've lost an entire generation in this country. We've got a generation of kids transitioning into adulthood. They think they have all the answers. They think they have the solutions. When the reality is, they're fucking clueless. They have been brainwashed their entire lives. It's one thing for an adult to be brainwashed. If someone loses their sanity at 35 years old, becomes brainwashed, there's still hope that they can return to normal, they can recover. They have a 35-year foundation of common sense thinking. But when you indoctrinate someone from birth to adulthood, all hope is lost. That dog won't hunt. The end result? A grade A shitfuck, starting groups like Black Lives Matter or Cucumber Lives Matter. Christy Hammer is an undergrad professor at the University of Southern Maine. She teaches courses in sociology. Translation: she teaches students about things they will never use in the real world. They pay her tens of thousands of dollars for this education, and they graduate making $12, $15 an hour. Christy Hammer, she was given the Martin Luther King Award for her efforts fighting anti-racism in schools. She was given a fellowship award for reducing prejudice in public schools. Her biography page on the Souther Maine website is filled with woke boner words. Diversity, debility, inclusion. Ooh, the perfect ingredients for a tossed salad. Grab the spoon and bend over. It's time to open the bongo buffet. Now you would think, Christy Hammer is a popular professor with her students. Back in August, she tweeted out this gem. Are you sad? Are you depressed? Are you worried about your uncertain future? Oh, I know this is so scary. These are all signs of the evil of all evils, capitalism. Check out the symptoms. Homelessness, poverty, boredom, loss of free speech. Clearly, Christy Hammer, she has been reading her woke Bible. She took all the symptoms of stage 4 shitfuckery, also known as socialism, and applied them to capitalism. Even though they preach diversity, woke you is the definition of anti-diversity. Now sure, they accept students from all races and backgrounds, unless of course, the student went too heavy on the spray tan and identifies as orange. In that case, orange man, bad, application denied. Even though woke you is racially diverse, there is no diversity of thought. Colleges across the country have been overly infected with the woke fungus. They're essentially training centers for groupthink. Innocent Iris goes off to college, a nice little Mormon girl from a nice little Mormon family. 4 years later, she returns home with purple hair, going by shitfuck pronouns, identifying as a non-binary broom handle named Isaac. What the hell happened to my daughter? I'm no longer your daughter, Dad. I am now a prepubescent boy who enjoys sleeping with the Sioux Tweety Bird. Last month, Christy Hammer was teaching a class titled Creating a Positive Learning Environment. Ooh, sounds like a safe space. Hey there, Mr. Robber. That is a well-polished Glock that you have. I regret to inform you that your Glock is useless in this zone. This area is designated as a safe space. No bodily harm and no hurt feelings are allowed in this area. Please contact me after class and I will gladly hand you over my allowance. On the morning of September 7th, Christy Hammer, she opened her classroom doors, watching all these young, aspiring shitfucks enter into the safe space. It was a majestic fall morning. The smell of coffee was in the air. Even though shitfucks support BLM in their fight to end mythical racism, when it comes to their coffee, they don't like it black. They prefer their coffee to be their favorite color. Brown. Drink that brown, then pound my brown. As class begins, one of the students raised their gender-neutral hand. Well, at least, I think it's a hand. For all I know, the hand could identify as a lemon and reside in Don's pants. The student asked, Professor Hammer, great last name by the way, I just had my bongo hammered last night by a muscular bodybuilder named Oscar with a supersized woke wiener. Professor Hammer, I have a question. How many genders exist in 2022? With Christy Hammer being a confirmed shitfuck, how do you think she answered the question? Hello there, gender-neutral Georgia. I can tell you with confidence biologists have been able to identify 1,243 genders. Surprisingly, that was not the answer. In a shocking display of rationality, Christy Hammer told the class there are only 2 genders. Male, female, Franken beans, peaches and cream, dudes, chicks, wankers and spankers. 10 years ago, this would have been an acceptable answer. Hell, 10 years ago, the dumbass who asked the question to begin with, they would have been kicked out of school and immediately transferred to the rubber room. But this is not 2012, it's 2022. Students in this class were outraged! How dare this birthing person claim there are only 2 genders? If I choose to identify as a toothbrush, inserting myself into the mouth of lonely Lester, that is my choice! Now, it is not surprising that students were outraged. What did surprise me, and this is why I said earlier I think we've lost an entire generation, what did surprise me was the number of students that were outraged. There were 22 students in this class. When Christy Hammer taught her students about the birds and the bees instead of the acorn and the oak tree, 21 of 22 students walked out of class. One student agreed there are only 2 genders. One. If we can't agree on something as simple as gender, what can we agree on? This is the future of America. One day, these kids are going to be running companies, mayors in small towns, congressmen, senators. These kids will be in our military. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have a lot of faith in someone defending me that's afraid of the cucumber in his pants. I don't have faith in someone defending this country who's concerned about the preferred pronouns of his enemy. Hey there, Russian spy, before you hurt me, may I ask which pronouns you prefer? Me, personally, I prefer they, them pronouns. It makes me feel like I have friends. We can be friends too, eh? Elizabeth Leibiger is an aspiring shitfuck and a student in this class. Her pronouns are unconfirmed and her gender hasn't been confirmed by a biologist. But with a name like Elizabeth, we're going to use feminine pronouns. Lizzie has chosen to identify as non-binary. She was absent from class on September 7th when all this took place. Now, upon returning to class, she provided a medical slip from her doctor explaining her absence. Lizzie had run out of Preparation H the night before and was suffering from a severe case of roid rage. She heard about this nasty rumor. She heard about her professor spreading blatant propaganda. But Liz wanted to be fair. She knew Professor Hammer was dedicated to the cucumber. She needed to hear for herself if her professor had fallen off the woke wagon. September 14th, Lizzie removes her COVID mask and asks Christy Hammer the same question. How many genders exist? The response was the same. 2. Lizard immediately broke down in tears. Oh, my feelings, my feelings are hurt, and I'm in my safe space. Damn it, this is not supposed to happen. This is a personal attack on me because I'm non-binary. I want to take my complaint to your supervisor. Sure thing, kid. Let me give you the phone number. Dial 1-800, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. These students went to the administration demanding Christy Hammer be replaced. This birthing person is spreading propaganda. She hasn't read her woke Bible in months. She told me I could not get pregnant because I was born male. She needs sensitivity training, diversity training, medical training. If a cucumber spreads its seed in my bongo, I will have a baby, then immediately have an abortion. Officials at Southern Maine, they were caught in a jam. Now, for us normal people, the solution to this problem is simple. You keep the tuition paid by these students and tell them to go fuck themselves, get off my campus. Southern Maine didn't do that. They didn't want to fire Christy Hammer. Even though she'd lost her woke hat, she's a tenured professor. She spent decades dedicated to pounding brown. Officials at Southern Maine, they devised a brilliant plan. They provided an alternate course for students who identify as toilet plungers, and they left Christy Hammer's class open to the one student with a functioning brain. This is our future. Young adults confused about their gender. The generation supposedly dedicated to diversity is allergic to any opinion that doesn't align with their own. How are these kids going to make it in the real world? How are they going to function in society? The real world ain't college. We are raising a generation of problem starters instead of problem solvers. Well, let me know what you think. The woke turn on the woke again. Christy Hammer tells the truth about gender, causing the campus of Southern Maine to run out of Kleenex. Give me your thoughts. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, kc_btl84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.